Welcome back, folks. It's your Bell Orange Hat here. We're going to do a reaction to Amandla Stenberg speaking out about the canceling of the Acolyte. Shout out to Culture Crave on X. He is the one that is releasing this. And he put out a transcript, but I want to hear it from her own words. And I skipped ahead 20 seconds because all it is her adjusting her camera and saying that she wants to address some of the fans and stuff. But let's get into it. This might be interesting. Let's see what she has to say.
Speak candidly. I hate doing this. But I'm gonna do it. I honestly don't use social media very much anymore. I'm so happy about that. But there are many folks out there that I want to acknowledge and I want to show appreciation and love and support for. So that's why I'm hopping on here to talk about this, which is that our Star Wars show has been canceled. And I'm gonna be transparent and say that it's not a huge shock for me. Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, but for
She lives in a bubble of her own reality. Okay.
those who aren't aware, there's been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept, when no one had even seen it.
Do you have proof of this? When people heard about the Acolyte being announced without hearing any concept of it, people were actually excited. Amandla. Hate to break it to you, but that's a lie.
And that's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice.
Again, where's the proof?
Hatred and hateful language towards us.
They have no proof. They show no proof, folks. Do you understand? This is how they push this. They can say all of this and have no proof, and people will believe them.
And this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's just not something, even though I anticipated it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like until it's happening to you.
I doubt it even happened to you.
However, I feel like I've kind of moved through those feelings in various ways, including being vocal about it myself.
Yeah, you did your twerk video and you got your show canceled.
For me, it just became a situation where there was no option but for me to honor my sense of ethics and my belief system and my value system while being...
Your belief and sense of ethics was to do a twerk video in which you attacked people over a difference of opinion with no evidence of hatred, bigotry, or racism?
Being in this very unique position. It was kind of like I had this very...
It's not unique, folks. She's a celebrity. There's lots of them out there.
Unique experience of experiencing the world at large, which is, of course, hyper-divisive right now.
Hyper-divisive because people are always wanting to focus on things like skin color. And it's not the people that she's claiming to be bigoted. It is her and many others who want to focus on skin color, ethnicity, sexuality, when it should be morals that keep us together or that unite us. Not these identity politics that only serve to divide us.
Through the lens of this very, very unique opportunity of being in Star Wars. And it brought up a lot for me, socio-political dynamics, a lot about my own value system, how I respond to that kind of hatred.
Yeah, shaking your ass and pretending that you're basically having sex in a music video is how you responded to all the hatred that still has not been presented with any proof to validate your claim.
How I move through the world at large. And it just became inarguable for me at a certain point that in order to continue to be myself, I have to honor my value system by being vocal, even within the context of working for Disney and working within
And because of your work with Disney and your music video, you helped tank your show.
the large, I can't, within the large, massive IP that is Star Wars. On that topic, I just have to say it has been an incredible honor and dream for me to be in this universe. It still feels, even though, of course, I'm very sad about the show being canceled, and I'm sad about us not being able to give people who are invested into it more, because I still just feel a lot of levity and joy around the fact that I got to experience it.
I mean, hey, I'm not here to take that away from you, Amandla. If you actually liked being a part of Disney Star Wars, good on you. Nobody wanted to take that away from you, despite what you may claim.
And that people loved it and that people were so responsive. I poured through a lot of different iterations of fan art and ship art and fan theories and things that were just so beautiful and filled my heart with joy. And I just want to let those people know out there who supported us in that way and supported us vocally, despite and in the face of all of the vitriol that we received and the kind of the targeted attack, I would say, we received by the alt-right.
By the alt-right. What targeted attack did you receive? Now, yes, there are some people out there that are bigoted. I'm not going to discount that, folks. There are people out there that are racist and bigoted. But they are most likely 2 to 3% of the hate that this show got. 2 to 3%. The rest of the hate that this show got was based on objective criticisms. The show had violations of lore. It had terrible writing. Sure, it had some good, flashy sequences in Episode 5 and Episode 8, but that was about it. You frickin' debuted a light whip as a fly swatter, apparently. Folks, the alt-right? The fuck out of here, Amandla. You're turning it into a political thing again.
Just that you were deeply loved and appreciated, and it made this job all the worthwhile for me, and it made all of the challenging elements of it completely worthwhile for me.
Also, I do want to point out that her saying thank you to all of her fans, remember, this woman lives in a self-admitted bubble of her own reality that speaks of narcissism. I doubt she's thankful to anybody, really, except for getting the attention that she is getting.
And so that, plus my love of sci-fi and fantasy, and being able to be a part of the legacy is something that I so deeply value, and something that means so much to me and I've looked up to for so long.
Okay, I'm starting to believe that you didn't really care about Star Wars because you are struggling to find words. If you really loved Star Wars, there really isn't any way that you would trip over words to find in order to say what you mean. Say what you mean, Amanda. You didn't give a shit about Star Wars. I'm willing to bet that. Now, if I am wrong, by all means, correct me. Give me some knowledge of Star Wars before you came along with it to it.
So, I also just want to say thank you to Lucasfilm for just being a fucking awesome team. They were so wonderful to work with, and
dropping F-bombs now.
Just everybody that I worked with in Lucasfilm, particularly Ray Roberts, my producer, was just had such like vision and hope and like such a mission for what we were going to continue bringing into the sci-fi universe, into the Star Wars universe. And it was a really beautiful, energizing, life-changing experience to be a part of. And I have to thank Leslie Headland, who I just fucking love that bitch. She just...
Okay.
She's my friend. She's just one of the best people in the world. I think she's so incredibly talented and unique and kind. And
if her work on the Acolyte is any sort of indicator, this Amandla Stenberg, who lives in a bubble of her own reality by her own admission, honestly has very little to go on in ways of comparing people and who they are and whatnot.
I'll love her forever, and I love this experience with her forever. But at the end of the day, I also just want to thank everybody who watched it. Thank you for being so loving and supportive and excited and nerdy and awesome. And I'll continue to process this for a long time. But maybe the last thing I want to say on the subject is that we all exist in the context of in which we live. But I'm serious.
We all live within the context of which we live, or exist within the context of which we live. Makes sense, woman.
It's not lost on me how the way that these events have unfolded is also due to the hyper-divisiveness of the time that we live in, that is driven, I would say at this point, by echo chambers of thought and algorithms that...
And if you pay attention to anything, Amandla, you would know that most of those echo chambers and algorithms support your twisted ideals and morals.
Reinforce our biases.
And maybe if they allowed actual civil discourse, you know, like, say, if you guys actually had the balls to, or the nerve to have the difficult interviews, like, say, come onto my channel and I'll give you a solid interview, be totally respectful and whatnot. I mean, I'm only going off of what I am observing, folks. What I am observing reeks of narcissism here, and reeks of ignorance. However, I could be proven wrong if these people would actually come along, these people being celebrities and such, if they want to ever come on to non-scripted YouTube channels like mine and other people who didn't like the show, maybe have a civil discussion as to why it didn't work out and whatnot. Absolutely. It would show that they actually are willing to sit down and have a discussion.
And I think that applies to everybody. But I think that in a particular segment of people, it manifests as a lot of fear for what is changing and a lot of hatred for anything.
It's not fear. Or these changes that she is talking about, these changes to society, changes to ethnicity and gender and all that other stuff, it's that we acknowledged this stuff as it is completely out of the ordinary and regressive instead of progressive.
Anything that is other. And I would challenge us all and challenge myself to continue questioning what it is that I digest, and think critically about what shapes it. And let's vote, y'all. Let's vote. Let's vote. I think that's all I have to say. Well, this is 10 minutes long. We'll see if I post this. Bye.
So, yeah, she is pushing a small little political thing. Let's vote. Let's vote. That's neither here nor there. But the fact that this woman spoke for this long, basically saying it's all because of hatred and bigotry. No, it isn't. She attacked the people who were watching this that didn't really care much about her show. And so people stopped watching. it is acknowledged that she didn't help things. It's acknowledged by Disney insiders that she did not help her show when she decided to shake her ass in a black and white music video that looked like she was having sex in a ghetto, calling out racism and bigotry. And all these claims that she made in this video, notice how she doesn't provide any evidence, folks. That is key to understanding how these people think. These people being celebrities who like to just make baseless claims without proof. If I'm going to make a claim, you're damn right I'm going to bring the receipts. I have done so in my videos. But anyway, folks, that's going to be the video. There's no real need to continue on because, well, it's over and whatnot. But yeah, Amandla Stenberg is playing victim, saying, oh, woe is me. But thank you to everybody who watched it. You're welcome. I watched it. Tore it to shreds objectively through its own flaws and narratives. So yeah, you're welcome, I guess. But anyway, folks, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this video? Do you think that Amandla Stenberg has a point? Or do you think that she is just bloviating and basically making all the false accusations without any sort of proof to back it up? Let me know all your thoughts, folks. Be nice in the comments. This has been Orange Hat. Y'all have a wonderful day. And always remember to stay humble. Because we all know this woman wasn't.